So in our last video, we were talking about the difference between a memo and a letter. First, we must know that what is a memo. A memo is a written communication when you communicate in writing. A memo is usually informal and it is short, concise, and always to the point. It is used to call a meeting or to call an individual to action. Okay, and letter, you all know very well about it. You must have written it in your school time. So now let us talk about the difference between the two, a memo and a letter. So what is the difference between a memo and a letter? A letter is short or long message that is sent by one person to another, while a memo is a short message that is also sent by one person to another. Now a letter is more formal and contains more information, while a memo is informal and is very short. Next, third one is a memo is more concise and to the point as compared to the letter. So these were the questions of 2017 part 2. Now we'll discuss about the 2016 questions of part 2. See, the question is here. What are the functions of a chairperson and a secretary in a formal meeting? Okay. The answer is the first and the foremost thing that is needed to be taken care of is punctuality. Everybody should be present there in the meeting hall on time. Then second is define agenda. The chairperson need to define the agenda, the purpose of the meeting. Okay. Third one is it should start on the positive role. And fourth, it actively control proceedings. That means the chairperson should actively control all the proceedings of the meeting. Then fifth is solving problems friendly. If there is any problem with any of the employee, any of the person, or any of the member present in the meeting hall, then it should be solved very friendly. Okay, then sixth is issues outside agenda should not be there. Obviously the chairperson have discussed about the agenda at the starting, so there should not be any issue that is outside agenda. Seventh is agenda to be followed in series. Obviously, so as to so that there is no repetition, the agenda should be followed in series. Otherwise, if there will be repetition, it will take so much of time. Then ninth is equal participation. That means all the members present there in the meeting hall should get equal participation so that they do not feel discriminated anymore. Ninth is goals of agenda should be achieved. The chairperson should make sure that the goal of agenda, the goal for which the formal meeting is, they are doing this formal meeting, the goal of the agenda should be achieved. Then 10th is meeting should be conducted in a democratic way, then only everyone will get a chance to speak or to do something, right? Then 11th is issues should be resolved, and if not, then voting should be done. It happens sometimes that जो issues होता है, they do not get resolved, so in that case voting should be done so as to give a fair result. Then 12th is the main ideas should be highlighted at the close. When the meeting is over, the chairperson should highlight the main ideas that for which the meeting was held. Then 13th is it should be conducted on time. Everything should be on time. It should be made sure by the chairperson, obviously. Then 14th is he should prove himself to be an efficient chairperson. Okay, so these were the functions of the chairperson and secretary in the formal meeting. So the next question is, what are the different grapevine patterns in information communication? So what is grapevine? It is also known as informal communication. It is not business communication, and it is an informal communication. It is known as grapevine because it works by the support and is driven more by personal need. Because this communication takes place due to the personal need, there is no as such foundation. It is not due to the official need, it is just because of the personal need of the members. That's why it is called your informal communication. It is speedy and spoken since it runs along the spontaneous lines of the speaker receiver interest. The this communication takes place because the speaker and the receiver are interested in this talk. They are not bounded to do that, they are just doing it because they want to do it, and they do not it does not go along the forced channel. There is no as such forced channel, because in business communication there are proper rules and regulation, and there is a forced channel, formal communication, formal channel. But in grapevine it is not so, and there is a greater degree of flexibility in this communication. Why? Because it is multi-directional, anybody can talk to anyone, because it is not formal. It is also an important channel to give the feedback, because at times it is responsible for the spread of rumors. Then what are the types of the grapevine? Number one is single strand chains. In this, message moves serially, like from A said something to B, then B said the same thing to C, then C said these things to D. So there are no cross checks, and hence this message is less accurate. Why? Because A came to know about something, then he discussed this with B. Now B got the information from A, and he applies his mentality in that and then transfer to C. Now C applies his mentality and then transfer to these D. This means they do not actually transfer the actual or the real information. They send the information which they understood and not the actual information, right? Then second is gossip chain. Sender A select receiver B, C, D, E, F. So for example, I got to know something, then I select some of my friends C, D, E, F, and on the basis of trust, because I trust them, I passes on the message. In this type, the sender is the person who shares information with different persons. Like only A is sending the information to other persons, and in the first one A to B, B to C, C to D. In this it is not like that. There is only one sender and he is giving information to so many people. So this is gossip chain. So this is the diagram of gossip chain, this one. Okay, next is your probability chain. B is the sender who spreads information randomly. See, B is there. Here is B, and he's spreading information randomly without taking care of the recipient of the message. He doesn't care. He is not taking care even of the trust. He's just, uh, you know, uh, just sending the message, and the process goes on: B to D, D to H, H to I, then B to E, E to F, E to G. So in this way the information is moving randomly. Okay, so this is grapevine channel. Next question is here: what are the deficiencies of the formal channel and how can they be overcome? Actually, in the 10 year, they have told you about the advantages and disadvantages of the formal channel. But in the question, it is actually asking the disadvantages and how the disadvantages can be overcome actually. Okay, so you are just given the answer of disadvantages.